mean, in real life, girls are pretty hot, real ones. And for the lady listeners, there are some guys out there that are pretty hot too. They call them babes, you know. So why not go check them out? You know, I mean, that is where I'm at, is trying to, but I can't figure out why people are just so enveloped by this whole cyber thing.
I hear you. Okay, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to hang up on you guys here in a minute. Doc, do you think you could come on to a show next week?
Anytime. Thank you.
Absolutely. Great. It was great having you on. I'll talk to you later, Apocalypse. I want to recognize a few people in the chat room. Debbie Scott stopped by. Stabby McHug's in there. I think I already mentioned Barco, who is also robot with a Glock, not to be confused with robot with a cock. Whole different story there. Desert Rose decided to stop by. Hello, Desert Rose. Guy Shea stopped in for a minute, but I think he would prefer to shoot anyone that he disagrees with. So, and there's the professional respect I have for him, is he's that guy back outside the bar in the Wild West. He just shoots you in the fucking face, go back in and order a shot of tequila. Did they have tequila? I think they did. I think it's been around a while. I want to thank Doc again. This is Apocalypse and Dr. Michael Nucitelli, PsyD, PhD, knows about that cyberbullying thing, knows about internet trolls, and this is a topic that I think needs to be heavily exposed. It's getting lightly exposed right now, but we need to shine some bright lights on this. Again, I'm a fan of people who just want to pick and prod and poke a little bit. I'm going to leave kids out of this part of the argument because that's a whole nother topic. It gets into very deep stuff. And most of us get emotional. We have a visceral reaction to the thought of hurting a kid on the internet or in person. But going back to the adults, the poking, the prodding, the reasonable arguments, the practical jokes, I'm okay with all of it. But once you light up a campaign against somebody that's done nothing to you, so that, as the doc mentioned earlier, you know, you're going to be one of the 9 out of 10 spineless parasites that want to glow a little bit in their light, I'm labeling you. I'm shining the light on you. That's what I'm doing with this show. We're going to expose you for everything you are, and more importantly, everything that you're not. Because people who are succeeding in life and getting some joy out of it and adding to the public discourse in some way don't need to go feel that kind of power. They've already got it. If they have personal relationships that are fulfilling, they don't need to go attack you and try to knock yours down. They've already got it. So you're highlighting who you are when you decide to go be a perma-troll or a hyper-troll or a power troll or just a dick. There's a difference. Slight, but definitely discernible. And we need to, we need to put the light on him. Barco, I know you're a troll, bro. You're a different kind of troll. I gave you some props earlier, but you weren't here, so you'll have to listen to the show. You're a different kind of troll. You often back up your trolling with a little bit of academic stuff. You back up your trolling a little bit sometimes with pure fact. It's mean, just like Guy Shea. You can be a mean motherfucker, but you're not out to just undermine somebody at any place they step. You're not out to expose anything in their past that might hurt them, or to harass their spouse at work or at school, or to somehow put their children in a position where they then become vulnerable. And when you go after someone's kid, you might as well have gone for their jugular. There's nothing more important to a human, a normal human who's psychologically healthy, than their child. And if you do that, get ready, because if there were gloves on, they're coming off. But, you know, these different kinds of trolls, I don't want to be too hard on free speech, man. I have a strong feeling in my heart that favors free speech. But you know the difference. Let's be honest. You know the difference between someone who's trolling to try to wreck someone's life and someone who's fucking around and playing around. Now, this is becoming law. This is not in my control, but I'm in total support of it. It's becoming law. It's becoming illegal. People are getting jail time. Somebody posted a picture of a kid and drew like I don't know if they superimposed a penis on their face or something. They just got 15 months. This shit's getting real now. And I want you guys to know how to report people like that. And I didn't include what I'd planned to do. So I'm going to share a couple of links in the chat room. One is justice.gov criminal. This is where you're going to report anything where children get involved, because that takes it to a new level there. I'm no longer the guy that's in support of just going outside the bar and shooting the other guy in the face. Once kids are involved, I want you to pay the full penalty. There, I don't want you to have any ability to escape, including with a bullet to your head. I want you to pay. I want you to be in prison because they have a special place in prison. Criminals even have a code of conduct. You get into prison and you've done something to a kid, you've got a very dark future and a repeating cycle of darkness in that behavior that they will show to you, and I like it. How do I how do I report cyberbullying to police or law enforcement? I'm sharing that in the chat room for you right now. Those of you on iHeart, later go over to the Spreaker page, rather, and check out the show there. You can also find us on Facebook. You can actually listen from a tab on Facebook, which is facebook.com/ like with a knife. You see what I'm saying? See how I did a little thing there. /Truth on Tap Show. Facebook.com /Truth on Tap Show. We're going after trolls. We're going after bullies. We're going after bitch boys, and they're getting bijanked. Yeah, we're bringing police into it. Let's do it. Here's the thing. If you believe in something strongly enough, go to jail for it if you have to. If you know it's illegal, but you still believe in it, go to jail for it. Go protest in places you're not allowed to protest. Edward Snowden, come home. Come home. Face your trial. You believe in it, you should be willing to go to jail for it. We're the country full of people that were willing to go to jail for their beliefs. Now, if you believe you should be able to put a kid's picture out there and say, who would fuck this little whore? Stand up for it. Go ahead and answer. I mean, you're willing to go to jail for that, right? And then when you're in jail, they'll let you write letters and stuff, and you can start petitions and say, I think we ought to be able to share pictures of kids and say, would you fuck this little whore? Let's get it into law. You're going to fail miserably, and you'll probably be assassinated in jail after being raped many times by a large black man named Malcolm. I'm just putting names out there. I'm not saying there's one there, but it'll be something like that. You'll probably get a dick in the eye. I'm serious. I'm talking skull fuck. You're going down. This was a fun show. It was a lot longer than I wanted it to be, but I want to thank Apocalypse again for chiming in. He keeps me in check a little bit. He watches where I make mistakes and stuff, and he does it with tact. And you can criticize me all day if you're using tact. And then the doc brought the real genius in. I don't have that much training in psychology. He does. And when I saw what he was doing and I read some of his work and saw that he'd actually been a victim of it on Spreaker, I was like, this guy's perfect. This guy is the me from 15 years from now if I had finished and gotten my PhD. He's me. He sees the science for what it is. He sees the internet for what it is. He sees trolling for what it actually does. He's me. So, yeah, I like him. I'm going to be biased toward him. I'll tell you right now. KK making physical threats on the internet? I heard that. Skull fucking? Yeah, maybe I did. The difference between my physical threats and others is I don't offer delivery services. You have to do pickup. You can come get you some. That's what that means. Come get you some. So any of these crews with wagons that want to roll up, I encourage them. Come on down. We'll show you some Southern hospitality. And you'll think that you've found yourself in a tornado loaded with goldfish, because that many slaps will hit you at once. You'd be like, I don't know, what? It'll be like being in a boxing ring with Manny Pacquiao. And by the way, May 2nd, Manny Pacquiao fights Floyd Mayweather Jr. My heart tells me Pacquiao. My head tells me Mayweather. I hope my head is wrong. I want Pacquiao to win. Barco says, Apocalypse. KAK, end this show so I can download and listen. You got it, buddy. That's exactly what we're going to do. I'm not even going to put you guys through the torturous ending of playing some song that you don't give a shit about when you've already got your music loaded up somewhere else, and I know this, man. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to give you a way to find me, and we're going to call it a show. I want to thank you all for listening. This is Truth on Tap. Your host, Kevin.
Truth on Tap is now flowing from iHeartRadio. Get your Kierstead fix by Googling Truth on Tap with Kevin A. Kierstead. All the truth you can handle running hot on iHeart, Facebook, Spreaker, and more. You want the truth? You can't handle the truth on Tap.